Hey there! Here at Flyctl we ship new features all the time. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of all of the updates. I'm Donatas, and I'm going to speed run you through some of the highlights of last month's fresh produce. First, let's take a look at some changes to Flyctl. We've added a Flycast flag. In the bad old days, you had to provision an IPv6 address after launching your app if you wanted private networking. No more. You can now just append Flycast to your fly launch or fly deploy command and your app will be privatized while sparing you some precious keystrokes. To fly launch, we've added a no create flag. This allows you to generate an app configuration without touching any fly resources. It's a great way to experiment with Flyctl. We have also added a bit of deploy disaster recovery in the form of the deploy retries flag. You can use it to specify how often you'd like to retry a deploy in case of failure. This should help deal with small internet hiccups without you having to run things more than once. On the topic of deploying, you'll be happy to hear we've added a way to provision frying grain tokens for deployment with the fly tokens command. You can provision a deploy token with fly tokens create deploy, and then use it as fly tokens deploy. This is a perfect fit for the CI workflows where you might not want to give a third party a lot of power. If you've ever worked with ephemeral applications, you'll be happy to learn that the fly apps command now has the same destructive capabilities as fly machines. We've added a quiet flag, and we've made it so that fly apps destroy accepts more than a single app. Combined, these features allow you to destroy a whole fleet of applications in just one line. Some time ago, we added the from flag, which allows you to launch an app from a GitHub repository. We've now added its sibling, the into flag. This allows you to specify where to store the app, giving you more flexibility when managing your projects. Speaking of GitHub, if you launch a project from a GitHub repository, we will now provision a GitHub workflow that can deploy your app through GitHub Actions. All you have to do to make it work is specify a Fly API token in your GitHub secrets, which, incidentally, is a perfect use case of that deploy tokens feature from earlier. Continuing the synergy theme, we've also shipped the attach flag. This gives you a way to compose apps. The attach flag makes it trivial to add a service to your Fly app. We've also put some more work into integrating new frameworks into Flyctl. This month we've added support for a hot little JavaScript framework called Meteor. On the Python side, we've added support for Fast API and Streamlit, and we've improved the experience for Flask users. Now let's shift focus to some bigger changes to the API. Auto suspend is here. The feature was in preview for some time already, but it is now available in all regions. The short of it is that machines that use suspend are going to be faster. The slightly longer version is that we use Firecracker as our hypervisor, which has a snapshots feature. This means pausing and dumping all state to persistent storage, which you can later use to resume the machine exactly where it left off. No cold boot required. If you're curious to know more, check out the forum post in the description below. To use suspend, specify the suspend value in the Flyctl configuration under Auto Stop Machines. With the help of our friends at Tigris, we've made it easier to set up S3-backed volumes. What this means concretely is that you can use the regular file system interface you know and love with all of the flexibility of object storage. To set it up, run fly volumes lsvd setup and select Tigris as the provider. All secrets and nitty-gritty config will be initialized for you. The full scope of this is best understood by reading the forum posts linked below. Finally, we've added email notifications for failed deployments. To make sure you don't just create a rule to send these notifications to the trash or spam folder, we've made it so that you can opt in and out of these notifications per app. That way, you only get emails for the stuff that you care about. If you're interested in keeping up to date with all these developments, hop on over to the Flyctl community discourse. Whenever we ship something, it will pop up in the fresh produce. It's also a great place to show off the cool shit you build, ask us questions, give compliments, and tell us what sucks.